talking about lesbian vampire furries. 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 Lesbian vampire furries.
Hello, everyone. Right. Doobie doobie doo, doobie 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 doo. No. Is that too loud? Damn it. That's good. That's just about right. We'll see. Hello, everyone. Welcome to whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Here. Oh, nobody's here yet. Not quite yet. I was a little late, but isn't that expected? You guys should know by now. I'm either right on time or at least 10 minutes late. Most of the time I'm 10 minutes late, but we'll see. All right. Just gonna wait for a couple people to show up. All right, a couple more. I like to wait till there's at least 6 or 7 people in here. Pretty interesting. I might not have a big amount of people that watch the live streams, but I have a dedicated amount of people that watch the live streams because the number is almost exactly the same each time. and even with the VODs, it'll usually hit 100 and something views. And live streams aren't really the kind of thing that like you view and then go back to later. It's usually you either view it or you don't view it, right? So the fact that there's even like, 100 plus, usually it'll only be like 50 or 40 something after the stream. Then there'll be like another 60, 70, 80 when it gets just publicly posted. So there's some people out there that consistently watch these live streams. They like to have them in the background or something. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. Maybe they just like to stare into my beautiful eyes. But I doubt it's that. I doubt they're here for that.
Uh-oh.
Right?
You came again?
Not for that, right? Nah, I don't think they're here for that. So I'm waiting a little bit. So we get about, we're almost there. One more on either Twitch or YouTube. Should do it, and I get yammering. 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 You know what? Want to see something crazy? While we wait here. So I've been okay. So as I mentioned before, I have all these like fucking stupid fidget toys and shit. But like I've managed to collect like I think it's like 4 different like. Because there's these like little tentacly things, and they're different colors. You can't tell because it's in black and white. But I collected like a few chains, and then there was this guy where there's like a little dude that you can connect the little blockchains to that like crackle and bend and stuff. And so I made like some fucked up dude out of it with super long arms. Creepy. Look like he could sit. He's my homie. Isn't that cool? And even better, he doesn't work that way anymore. Actually, if I do this, maybe. Let's see. It doesn't quite work, but he used to be a fidget spinner as well. See the center? Looks like a fidget spinner portion right here. See? But I can't quite turn him anymore because it's far too long. I've created a monstrosity. And then on top of that, he has a, what do you call it? Like one of those stupid poppet heads. It's just got like a dumb poppet head with fucking long. It's like a fidget Slender Man or some shit at this point. I'm not entirely sure why I gave him life, but I can crush him whenever I want, so that's kind of exciting, right? At least for now. Right, maybe? I don't know. Oh, I'm losing viewers. That's okay. It's called trimming the hedges. Trimming the hedges. I got this stupid block too. It's like universe shaped or something. Like galaxy bullshit shaped. Which is kind of cool because it's like an ever expanding universe or some shit like that. I don't know. Kind of neat and fucking with that. I always got new random shit. Usually it's because I go to the go to like either Target, has a bunch of dumb shit in the corner, or I'll go to like Dollar Tree or 99 cents and they'll have like a bunch of fidget crap that nobody wanted, and I'll snag it for like $1 or $2. Then I'll just fuck around with it. Like, why the hell do I have 2? I got 2 of these. These are separate. They're just fucking zippers. No fucking reason. Just goddamn zippers. And I can attach them. I get some fucking double zipper action. Kinda interesting. Not sure the point of it, but it is what it is. What the hell am I doing with this? Oh shit, I just realized. Shit's like gonna give people seizures. Hold on. It's all super wavy. Hold on. Are they all like that? Oop. These waves need to settle down. Oh, I'm so bright this way. There we go. How do I fix that one? Which one is that? 8? Is it like that on my other one? Oh, okay, there, fix it. Man, that shit looked crazy. That was too much. That was a little wild. A little intense. Alright. I'm losing him. I'm losing him. Don't leave. I haven't gotten the 6. I need the 6. I need the 6. Give me the 6. On, speed it up. Speed it up. Put some bots in there. Whatever it takes. It's the music. Nobody likes shitcore anymore. Am I a boomer that still listens to shitcore and glitchcore? I must be some kind of old boomer from 2022 or something. I don't even know what's in this playlist, but it's long. That's why I have it. So I'm fine by that. Alright, you know what? I think I'm just going to get started because I don't know if anybody's actually showing up. Usually by now on a Saturday we get some. Whatever. It is what it is, as we like to say. Okay. So, welcome to Schizoid Saturdays. Or Saturday. I don't know which one it is. But anyway, it's usually the day where I read some submissions from a question that I had posited to the Zoid Void community. For those that don't know, the Zoid Void is the Schizoid server. I am its owner, and it is run by myself and a bunch of very well-to-do, very good people that I don't think anybody's well-to-do. I'm definitely not. But it's run by moderators, Schizoid moderators. We have an application process. Go in. We keep the place pretty tidy, pretty clean, pretty chill. You know, you don't get a lot of emotional outbursts, and usually the worst reaction you get out of like some kind of debate or something that gets heated is somebody leaves in a huff, and that's about it. Like, that's as bad as it gets, like 90% of the time. I've never seen too many, like, you know, what was it called? Just drag out fucking internet flame wars or any fucking bullshit like that happening between people on that server. So that's good, because we wouldn't want that shit anyway. And there just isn't much of a temperament for it on the fucking server. So usually when people get butthurt or upset, it's because there's some kind of misunderstanding, and it often gets fixed pretty quickly, which it's pretty great, I would say. In any case, so I put a question up, and today's question got fucked in the ass. Yes, it did, because it didn't do very well. And I thought it'd be a pretty easy one, and I only got a few submissions, and it's really hard to tell what question's going to get, like, you know, 10 submissions, 11, and what question is going to get like 3 or 4. It's hard. Very inconsistent. I thought this one was pretty easy. It's pretty vague. I mean, it's vague, but not too vague. And it's obvious. So, it's like, I figure it's part of the lived experience of almost any schizoid out there. And they kind of deal with aspects of it all the time, in one way or another. So the question I had put forward was, what is the best part of getting isolation? What is the worst part? What parts would you like to see changed? That's it. Like, say circumstances allow for a long period of isolation. What's the net positive? What's the net negative? What's going on with that? Is it all positive for you? Is it all negative? Well, not all negative. Definitely not going to be all negative if you're fucking schizoid. But sometimes there's some difficulties there, and certain drawbacks of isolation. But they don't all have to be like eternal or super emotional or anything. Sometimes they're very practical, very pragmatic sort of reasons as to why isolation can be kind of a pain in the ass at times. Even if I often argue that A lot of the times, a schizoid is not looking for isolation to find joy or happiness. They're looking for isolation to find solace, um, neutral, calm, uh, a variety of things that basically equals to be in a place of mind that is at least somewhat at rest to some significant degree were they not to be isolated. but definitely it doesn't bring much joy or happiness. It can provide a respite for a significant period of time, especially if like you're somebody that's has to be masking a lot, has to be involved a lot in a bunch of stuff, and you don't really have much of a choice. So when you do get that full day to yourself, it's like you just soak it in. Maybe you'll just lay in bed and stare at the ceiling just so you can do nothing and think about nothing for as long as you can, or think about whatever it is in your head. Maybe you just want to hang out inside your mind for like fucking 24 hours, and you don't get an opportunity to do it often. Then you got the schizoids that get a lot of isolation, and they're always just trying to fill that time with God knows what. So it varies, and it has its positives and it has its negatives. And in my case, I would say the benefit, obviously, would be a peace of mind. Even I, who has a wife and kids, really appreciate my nighttime, right? Where everyone's asleep. I am just here playing my games, maybe watching some flicks with some other Zoids, maybe just laying in bed with my games or a book by the lamp on the couch while listening to a podcast that I want to catch up on. I enjoy those moments significantly, and I get them daily. And it's usually in the evening, or say the family wants to go to the mall or something. I'll opt out, and I'll enjoy those few hours of pure isolation. But only problem with complete isolation, well, one, let's just say it didn't even include, have me in my case, having kids that I actually give a fuck about and love. Even if it was back when I was single and just doing my own kind of living in the garage, being a fucking weirdo, I still would occasionally want to have other nerds over, or people that like my hobbies, for the purposes of engaging in those hobbies, because some of them you can't really do by yourself. Some of them require another human mind to be present to challenge you, to compete against in some way or another. In my case, with the old ADHD in the mix, I'm always looking for novelty. I get bored very quickly. Not very quickly, depends. But I get bored, and I'm not the daydreaming type of schizoid. I have like this vast internal world, but I like to engage my internal world with objects usually, or concepts and things around me, not necessarily people. It used to definitely not be people in my youth, but I definitely have a lot going on that I know that I need to implement and use in the world in some capacity or another. And if I don't, I get bored. I get really bored of just sitting there and thinking about stuff. And then it gives me ideas for stuff that I want to attempt or fuck with. And isolation doesn't really allow for that, always that, right? Isolation allows me to plan. It allows me to come up with ideas, experiments with various hobbies and interests by myself in my lonesome. But I've discovered that there's plenty aspects to any hobby, which are many, that I possess, that require external interference for them to be of any use. So that would definitely be a con that kind of pulls me away from isolation, were I to have more of it, right? Online, it's different for me. I can be pretty non-isolated on the internet because it still feels isolated, if that makes any sense. Even if there's 5 people in a group call, I don't feel a need to talk if I don't need to. I don't feel a need to do anything in particular in that group call. I know that I can leave whenever the fuck I feel like. In fact, I can turn the stream off whenever the hell I feel like. That's why I don't mind doing it. I can just turn it off. I could just say, you know what, guys? Fuck off. And it's just off. It's gone. And that's it. I like that. That makes me very cozy. So even while I'm here talking to you, there's a sort of sense of isolation. I guess the ability to be autonomous, or part of an autonomous collective, is a lot easier on the internet. Now, were all of you in the same room as me? I would fucking hate that. A lot. I would very much not like that. Now, 1, 2 of you, I can handle for a little while. But, like, if there was 13 people in the room that are all there to listen to me, it's not about, well, actually, it's fine if I'm just rambling and people are listening, but if there was 13 people in the room and they all wanted to talk to me and engage with me in person, no. Get the fuck out. Please. Or I'll get the fuck out. Whatever works. But here, I don't know. The internet's weird that way. I always have an escape hatch. I could just leave. You guys are all gone. And, I guess that's what makes a difference. That's why I'm not sure if I could ever do, like, a live presentation. I don't like, look, I just went off to the weeds. Anyway, point is, I'm supposed to read some submissions about that question, but there's not too many because I got a few, but I'm surprised. Not a lot of people wanted to talk about their personal pros and cons of isolation, or being given significant time to isolate, or the ability to isolate. Maybe all of them just thought they're all pros. What the fuck are you talking about, Angst? And that's why it ended up like it did. But whatever. All right, let me see here. Boop. Wait, where's the? There it is. No, it's not there. Yeah, it's right here. Good. Hey, Shadow. Hello, my boy.
What?
I said, hello, my boy. How are you?
You're not my father.
No. No, don't you know that people say that when?
Do I know this obscure reference that you were telling
No,
me?
but
The answer is always no.
No, but it's not an obscure reference. Like, even old people will call, like, a young man my boy. Like, oh, hello, my boy. How are you?
Well, why can't I just make the joke of saying you're not my father?
No. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that was a joke. I thought you were getting triggered. Or like, you're not my dad! You're not my dad!
Honestly, that'd be even funnier.
Stop it, X! You ain't my dad! I don't talk to him anymore. But anyway. Welcome, Shadow. How you doing today?
I hate it when people ask me that question.
Oh my god. You know what? You want to know something funny? I did a one-on-one with somebody not that long ago, where I accidentally said that, or I just said that, and they were just like,
because it was like habit or something.
Huh?
Because it was just like habit for you to say.
Yeah, well, it's habit, but like, I don't know. Like, I actually give a fuck. I think to some degree, I'm like asking sincerely.
Oh my god. I
which
hate
is so.
trying to like figure out how to answer that question.
Yeah, it's an annoying question. Actually, like the difference is when somebody says how you doing, they usually aren't really asking. Generally, if I say how you doing, if it's awful, then good, tell me. That sounds
well,
fun.
because like
you'd be like, I feel like shit.
When I hear someone ask me that question, then I have to like recall what happened today and my feelings towards it, and I'm just
you could just tell. You could just say how you feel this exact moment, right now, this second. Sick, calm.
I don't like feel particularly like anything though. So.
Okay, there you go. Like nothing. They just say like nothing. Like nothing. I feel like fucking nothing. I feel blank.
I don't know, I feel like I've always felt like that was an unsatisfactory answer. And
Not satisfactory. I feel like I'm fucking staring into space. That's it. That's fine by me. Or you could just not answer at all and just ignore it entirely. Or you can bitch and complain like you just did. Whatever's
that's
available.
what I usually do.
Yeah, yeah. You can't help it. You're always complaining about something nonstop. That's okay. You're just a whiny bitch.
What? What happened? Why?
What are you talking about?
Why is that the joke now?
What's the joke? I'm confused.
Social conversations are hard, even with Zoids.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. Alright, so... Well, I don't know if I count as a social conversation since the parameters from talking to me are so fucking skewed. Let me see here.
You count, because you are in fact another human being.
Am I
I know
really?
you hate hearing that, but...
Don't you ever
You
say
do
that
in
to
fact
me again.
exist, and you
Don't
are
you
being
ever
perceived.
say that shit to me again. Motherfucker. Alright, let me
Sorry,
see.
Hank. I know you don't like being perceived, but you
Yeah,
will
man.
be perceived against your will.
No,
So.
that's cool. No, it's not so bad except for when you're perceiving. That's even fucking words.
Why?
Like a fucking... Like some fucking single-celled organism looking my way. It's
Stop
weird.
perceiving me. Okay. Stop perceiving me, perceiving you, because that makes me uncomfortable.
Perceiving me, perceiving you. I don't know why that reminded me of a song. See me, seeing you. See me.
I recall
I see
the
you,
lyrics,
seeing me, seeing you. That sounds
Yeah.
familiar. I don't know what that's from, but it's familiar.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so let's get into the inbox here. Let's get my fucking schizo ass going here. Greets from Belgium, so happy together. Ba, 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 ba. It's that song? See me. No, is it seeing me and seeing you? No, I thought it was you and me and you. No matter how you toss dice, I'd rather be. The only one for you is me. Me is you. So happy together. Ba, 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 ba. You know. I don't remember this seeing me, seeing you. Seeing me, seeing you. That's what I remember as a line for something.
You're overloading my brain. I don't know what's going on anymore.
It's okay. I know I generally don't know how to answer that question ever. I don't know is my answer. Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't compute or something. Yeah, that's fine. That's a valid answer. I don't know. Totally valid. How you doing? I don't know. Okay.
You know, my go-to answer is stop asking me that.
Okay.
But it just continues to happen anyway, so that's just what I.
Well, I forget, and it is kind of just a shitty habit I do, to some degree.
But it's like, okay, but like that's my go-to answer.
Yeah.
Which is an answer in and of itself. So as long as I can answer that, then I don't mind being asked.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not a detriment if I can reply with "stop asking."
Anytime I get asked, my reflexive response 90% of the time is just my usual line of same shit, different toilet. It's usually what I tell people. Like, I'll just be at the store. It's like nobody's ever heard that or something. I'll just be at the store and they'll be like, "Hello, how are you doing?" Because I have this guy that's kind of like I forget where he's from, but he like sells me my beer sometimes. And I'll be like, "Same shit, different toilet." And he'll be like, "Ah, ha, ha, ha." It's like he asked me just so I could say that. It's like, it feels like that Bart meme. It's like, say the line, say the thing. But most people will get caught off guard when I say that. Like, I don't know. Some people are like, "Oh well." Oh. Other people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna steal that one." I'm like, okay, you do that. So anyway, where am I? Oh yeah, let's read the answers to the thing. Okay, so what I had asked is, what are the better parts of isolation and what are the worst parts of getting isolation or receiving time to be isolated? Let's see here. And I only have a few, so I'm just gonna go through them. They're short. I'm gonna go through them fairly quick, so we can maybe talk on the subject here, Shadow, or whoever wants to jump on. If you want to jump on and talk about this, you're more than welcome to. All right, or chat too as well. Let's see here. Dear Angst, best part of isolation is the opportunity to get closer to God. All right, well, hey, right? I didn't even think of a spiritual angle, and as an apatheist myself, I didn't even think about that. Worst part is the unwanted, intruding thoughts. Intrusive thoughts are a little easier to sneak into your brain when you're sitting alone by yourself. Even if people are annoying, at least the annoyance tends to remove or make certain intrusive thoughts.
I don't have that luxury. I have intrusive thoughts whether alone or not.
Oh, okay. So when somebody's you're having them right now? You having them right now? Are you having them right now? Are you having them right now?
The game's making them go quiet.
Oh, the game does it. Okay.
Yeah.
Annoying people don't.
What makes them go quiet is if I have an objective. But if I'm just like socializing, then yeah.
You can make an objective out of that. Like, how do I get out of this as fast as possible? That's an objective. Like, you should start speed running, getting out of like conversations, like in real life.
Yeah, but then I don't know. Like, I'm really
start min-maxing that shit.
Like, I've been trying to deal with more like autistic sensitivity as of late. I don't know if it's like I've stopped masking as much unintentionally or what, but it's been kind of rough. And like on that subject, I just like that that feeling when you feel compelled to just conform to your environment or like make sure things go as planned because like I'm dealing with real people. You know, that's the most exhausting part about not being alone for me. It's maybe it was just some feeling from when I was with my parents. I need to pause this. I can't talk at the same time. I think it's a feeling that has persisted since being young with my own family, feeling the need to, I guess, like, take care of other people's emotions, because if I don't do it, they won't, and then they get mad at me, and then there's problems. But then there's also, like, a kind of empathy factor. Like, obviously, I don't want to hurt people. I don't want them to be sad. Yeah. But I think I go overboard, and I don't really acknowledge the reality of the situation. And, like, oh, if I say this one thing, they'll be sad, but, like, who cares? Like, they'll get over it, and it's not even that big of a deal in the first place.
Unless they don't get over it.
Well, it's like I make a mountain out of an anthill.
Wait, mountain out of a molehill?
Same difference.
No, I know, but that's the saying goes like that.
Anthills exist too.
I don't... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's the same. Well, whatever. Make a mountain. How about just...
I say anthill.
I make a mountain
because
out of something that's not a mountain.
I've never seen a molehill. I've never seen a molehill, so I don't know what
I make a large object out of something that was a small object.
Yeah. But it's just me being emotionally sensitive.
We don't like that word around here.
When I have... Well, shut up. When I actually think about it, like, take a second and be, like, organize the conscious thoughts, it's just like, oh, this actually wasn't a big deal, but I just naturally am geared to think it's a big deal.
Give an example.
Like, if I... Just not even 10 minutes ago... I was in a Discord voice call, but I was alone because I was just waiting for other people to join and be like, hey, things to do, I'm a little bored. Someone did join, and I was playing my game.
On our server?
And no, on my server.
Okay. You have a server?
My IRL friends server.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just with the dudes you game with, the people you game with.
Yeah. Yeah, people I've gamed with since friggin' middle school.
Yeah.
But, one of them joined, and I was explaining to them, they asked me what I was doing, so I was like, I'm playing this game.
Yeah.
And they're like, I've never heard of that game before. So I started streaming it, showing them the game, because I like the game. But then I feel now I am, like, instantly feeling the need to show them certain parts of the game, even though I was originally doing one thing. And, like, I have, like, this need to, like, understand, what would they care about seeing in the video game?
Yeah.
And now I feel constricted by my own, like, compulsions, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I'm like suffocating myself under these restraints that really shouldn't be there.
Self-imposed restraints. That's a common thing for, I think, a lot of schizoids.
It's just really bad habits I've never really gotten over.
Wait, say that last line again?
They're bad habits I've never gotten over.
Maybe one day. You're still young. All right.
It's easier when I'm in the Zoid server.
To not do them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone there's pretty like aloof and indifferent and ambivalent about everything.
Yeah, that's like the biggest reason why I like being around people that are more negative, because then it's just like
They're usually ambivalent.
it's just easier. There's less to handle.
Hunky fucking Dory. Hello, Hunky fucking Dory. I don't think I've ever seen them, but they cashed in to be mean to me. Well, I don't know anything about you. Tell me something about you. Tell me one of your insecurities. I'll be mean. Sure.
Tell me all of your insecurities, Mr. Stranger on the internet.
Yeah, tell me the insecurity, and I'll clown you for it. It's gonna be something horrible. It's gonna be something like really bad. I can't make fun of because like TOS or something. No? Oh. You just want like a generic one? Boring. I hate saying generic ones in front of Shadow because he always bitches about it.
Well, that's because when I ever ask for an insult, like, you have enough material.
Ammunition? Yeah. Well, I mean, I just need one or two little bits of the person. I mean,
you could go meta with this and be like, oh, you're being frustrated that they're not giving you material.
who, I'm being frustrated with them?
Yeah, like it like.
Oh, okay. Like the fact that
they
the fact that they posted that and they didn't provide any information, so they're just wasting my fucking time like an idiot, like that.
There you go.
Some kind of fucking retard on the internet. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what I should say. Hunky fucking Dory, you're acting like a retard. If you want me to say mean things about you, I gotta know something about you. But I guess I can do that. There's that. I don't fucking know. Plus, your name's fucking lame. The fact that fucking isn't your name just makes you look like an edgy bitch. Alright, so let me see here. Alright, next one. I got energy today. If you haven't noticed, I got fucking energy. I don't know why. I got good sleep. Oh, I know why I have energy. Guess what I started doing again today? Cocaine. No, I started I started going back to the gym. I was working out this morning, lifting heavy things with my legs and my arms and my abdomen.
You know, I was just about to ask you, what, you tried not being a fat bitch?
Yeah, I actually didn't. I definitely tried. So I'm going to be going to the gym at least 3, maybe 4 times if I have time, 4 times a week. And then I have some weights at home that I can supplement that with. That I can kind of throw in a couple reps and shit in between. But I'm gonna be sore as fuck tomorrow, right now, because I worked out this morning, and I hadn't worked out at the gym for a while. And after you work out at the gym for the first time in a while, and you're stupid like me, who doesn't really take it easy.
Well, it's hard to take it easy. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, and so then, so right now I feel okay. I can feel some soreness, but when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be in a lot of pain, and it's going to be awesome. All right.
I don't need to derail
back on
the
Monday.
Conversation, so
Well, that's all you do.
I won't spurt about it. But the thing with like working out, it's hard not to know if you're overdoing it, especially for Zoids, because you like
your body
we're literally we're conditioned to lose interospection abilities, which means there's plenty of people on the server I've talked to which have problems with taking a shit, for example, because they never know when their body needs to do it.
Yeah, their body doesn't go, you gotta poop, you gotta poop.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You'll never know when you're thirsty, and I've talked about
or they do, but it's like really mild or like enough to where you could shake it off or ignore it.
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
I've talked before about how I've had to be careful doing rungs because I'll run till I need a puke, and I don't realize it till I need a puke.
Yeah, I've trained myself to like drink water every day because of that. Because it's rare that like I feel thirsty. because in the past I used to like wait till I was really thirsty, and like it literally like my pee
Same.
was
I
like
still
fucking
struggle
my
with that.
pee's all like super yellow because I haven't had any fucking water.
Either
And-
I drink like 100 fucking ounces, or
Yeah.
I'll drink like 5.
Yeah,
There's no in between.
I try to drink a couple of big tall glasses of water a day, intentionally, because I know I feel like shit if I get dehydrated. More so, it makes all my symptoms worse. Like everything gets worse. That's why like
Yep,
not enough
exactly.
sleep, not
Yep.
enough water, haven't ate. Oh, guess what? Anxiety, depression, all that shit's gonna be extra bad. So, you know,
It is a chronic problem for schizoid.
yeah, having to be alive and do the things that keep your body alive is a chronic problem.
Well, because like these
That's a
autonomous
chronic problem
functions-
to me.
These autonomous functions that would remind you otherwise get toned out. And so over time, once you like develop that like dissociation from your body,
Yeah.
then that becomes your normal. So it's a real interesting little tidbit about schizoid.
Thank you for the tidbit. The bit tip. Tid,
Shut up.
bid, tib. Pib. Mr. Pib. Mr. Mr. Tib. Pib. Anyway, Caroline Lipkins. They said greets from Belgium. Hello. I don't think I've seen that name before here. You have good music on that Gifts Energy 2. It can be louder. Haha. Is it that quiet? I can't tell how quiet it is. Is it like I mean, if I blast it, then nobody can hear shit. But trust me, I like this ADHD ass music. There, turn it up a little bit for you. You can enjoy. Okay, there you go. So let me read the next one before I forget. Okay, dear Angst. The best part of isolation is relief of the constant tension that the presence of people causes me. The worst part is that I feel dead when there is no one around to bounce my existence off of. There you go. I know, I can see how that feels. I mean, I don't really get that one very often, but I don't know that I feel dead, but I feel bored, which kind of makes me feel dead. Yeah, for someone with ADHD, boredom is hell. Boredom's kind of fucking hell. It's really shit. So, I wouldn't do too well in a situation like I kind of envy some of the Zoids that are like, oh, I could just, like you, a shadow that might be able to just be like, I could just go into my dream world, disappear for 5 hours, and do something cool in my head and think about stuff. Like,
I don't do that.
I thought you used to do that.
I only do that when
Stare
I
at
have
the
a problem.
ceiling for fucking a while.
Well, yeah, but I don't like dream.
Oh, okay. Well, some Zoids can do the internal world thing and just kind of sleep all day or just fucking do nothing, and I can't.
Well,
man.
I can. I just,
I can't.
stay away from doing that.
I can't. Man. I really can't.
It I don't know. It like puts me in. I'm not a big fan. Like, I'm not comfortable in that state.
I can
because
zone out for like 10-20 minutes at a time, but like
It's like I have an
longer than that.
aversion to going down the rabbit hole as like a metaphor.
No, I like going down the rabbit hole, but for me, going down the rabbit hole requires like something that I could see, hear, and deal with. But
I can do it very easily. I just have, I don't know,
Yeah.
some kind of incomprehensible aversion to like consciously enacting it unless I like need to.
Does that require exposure therapy?
You threw me a flashbang. What?
I said, does that require exposure therapy or something for you?
I don't know.
All right. Well, let's see here. Next one. I don't expect you to give a shit and don't share this with others. Okay, well, that's the end of that one.
You know what you want to do with that, right?
All right.
Oh.
That was hilarious. I'm like, okay. Well, then
each their own, I guess.
I guess I won't be reading that. Let me see here. Hilarious intro, though. Let me see here. Next one. Last one. Like I told you, I got like almost nothing. This is like the only like kind of more complete one I got right here.
Okay, I know they said that, but is there later where they like say that like it's okay for the stream, or is it still?
They don't say anything else. It literally just starts like that, and then they get into whatever it is they're saying. But it literally starts with, "I don't expect you to give a shit, and don't share this with others." So then I stop.
Well, it sounds like you give a shit.
Huh? Well, yeah, I mean,
like
it sounds like
they
I give a shit about me sharing it, but why would you put it? Why the fuck would you put it in this box? This is like literally for the live stream. Why wouldn't you just like DM me or something? Or something like that's I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird place to put it.
Listen, I'm saying those.
Unless they didn't know. Unless they were answering the question, they didn't know that it's like for a live stream thing. There's a possibility they might have just not known that's what it's for. I say it almost every time in the news thing. But maybe
I volunteer the idea of having a confessions bot on our Discord server. What the fuck am I saying? Oh, why did I do that?
Do what?
Ew.
Do what?
Ew.
Do
I
what?
said our Discord server.
Oh, I said that too, but I say that about everyone that's in it. It's the
No,
Zoids.
it's your Discord server. I'm not connected to you or anyone else there. I'm my own person.
You can be your own person and still kind of call it that.
Oh, I don't know.
Like if you could say like I go to our local library. Does that mean like? I don't think it means all that much. I think you're overthinking that one.
I don't know. I just gross myself out.
Okay, well.
But like, there's like confession bots that.
Yeah, somebody else can do
person
that. I don't want to do that shit. Fucking confession bots.
Whatever.
Yeah, we got enough shit on here. I got this. People can confess stuff. If they want to just drop things to disappear, they should confess in the.
Wait, we shouldn't do that because that means they might not say it for your live stream.
Well, I doubt they'll use it because there's already we already have a channel where anything you type disappears instantly.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Dear Angst, I don't go into isolation lightly these days. I've been doing a lot of therapy and no longer go into isolation to withdraw from feelings. I go into isolation to be super fucking sad and angry and full of hate, but mostly unbelievably horribly sad. It's good to be isolated during those moments because I have oceans of those feelings to work through, and it's not good to be able to not inflict them on innocent people. Well, there you go. Apparently this stuff is too hard for most squishy humans to handle. So I try to pick and choose who I tell these things to. I tell them to my therapist, of course, but I need more humans than just her these days. Oh, well, I don't know. That could be progress of some kind, but who knows, right? I don't even know if this is part of the healing or not. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If I'm doing this right or not, but I'm doing a lot of it anyway. I think of such cliches like the only way out is through, and if you're going through hell, keep going. But in truth, I don't think I could turn back if I tried. As long as I'm not going psychotic, things should turn out fine in the end. I certainly hope so, person that wrote that. I wish that for you. And trust me, I kind of know that feeling of like, is this healing? Is this progress? And then you feel like you're kind of going crazy. Because you're
Progress fucking destroys me.
Yet you seek it at every corner.
Don't remind me.
Alright, so unfortunately, that's all I have as far as submissions go. Because nobody wanted to answer about the pros and cons of isolation with them individually. For whatever reason. If anybody in chat wants to state their pros and cons of their isolation, that they would, in their own words, go for it. I'd like to read it. Hold on, there's more stuff in here. I had that food a lot, going a day or two without even feeling hungry sometimes. Water hydration has a super surprisingly big impact on mood stuff.
Oh, huge.
I mean, it's not surprising, right? It's literally like what keeps you alive, you know? So I don't know that I would call it surprising good enough. I would say that it's obvious, but it is definitely something a lot of schizoids forget about for extended periods of time.
I think that's, like, in my opinion, I know this is a little bit off the topic of isolation, but that kind of lack of introspection is like a huge aspect of schizoid personality, and I feel like that like needs to be overstated more. Like just how significant that is.
Yeah. Maybe I should do a video on schizoids and keeping up with nutrition. Talk about them.
Because it's not just nutrition, it's literal just your body systems in general.
Make sure to go pee-pee and caca, everyone.
It's hard to work out, it's hard to like sustain yourself. It's hard to
stop shit in the bed.
Have digestive issues and all that.
Yeah.
It's a huge aspect that I think really needs to be talked about more.
Yeah, like sometimes I don't pay very close attention, like to exactly like I kind of obviously I do pay attention to my diet, but like I won't pay attention to like changes in my body until I'm like, hey, wait a minute, like recently. This is gross, everyone. Sorry, it's gross, but we're all adult here. Well, we might not be, but whatever. I was dealing with constipation, and it was just funny because it wasn't until I think like day 3 or 4 of not pooping that I was like, I haven't pooped.
I would easily go like solid months.
That's crazy. I don't know how. What kind of logic
when I was younger,
after that?
a
Holy
month
shit.
was normal. A month was normal when I was younger.
Are you just being like fucking like butt violated by your own shit at that point?
Oh, I still have
screaming.
I still have physical trauma with going taking shit.
Fucking, you look like
begging,
Goku going Super Saiyan
God
3
to help me, literally.
Just fucking going Super Saiyan 3 on your toilet.
Begging God to help me, and never knowing why my body won't do this thing that it's supposed to do on its own.
Fucking Shadow's reaching the next level of his transformation.
Like, it's such a big problem. And it's like, okay, I know some neurodivergents, maybe many, especially in autism circles, have this lack of introspection, right? But, like, a month was normal. If I went more than a month, it was frustrating. Like, do you have any idea how significant that is?
Yes. I mean,
it's
like,
huge. It's life-changing.
It's like, I mean, well, after like 5 days, dude, like, you feel all bloated and gassy. Like, I don't know how the fuck. You're just sitting around like, I feel like shit, and I'm farting all day. I wonder why.
No, I wasn't even farting, because there was so much shit.
That's so gross. Khalil says it was just leaking out of his ears at night.
But like when I figured out holy shit, it literally changed my life.
When you figured out holy shit. That's funny.
Like I did not know how.
What did you do? Like just start eating more fiber?
No, I was at night. I remember exactly the time when I figured out how to shit. I was
How old were you?
I was like 20.
It's not the first time I've heard this about people that are autists.
Like 2021.
Yeah.
And I was making a pot of mac and cheese, but I was at night. It was after work, and I was chilling. Everything was fine because there was like no sensory information whatsoever. I was alone. I was like in like the best time of my life, essentially. But that meant I was also more in contact with my own body. And I just had the feeling of, wait, I just connected dots. Like I had like a bowel movement, I guess, or something. Like a feeling in my gut. And I was just like,
do I have
I need to take a shit?
And go poop? No.
Literally, I connected the dots. And it was just like that. And then I did. And I was just like, that's what I had to do, really?
So what, you never got that, like, besides the bowel or the gut stuff, like, you never got, like, that kind of butthole pressure from wanting to
I didn't
take a
know
shit?
that's what it meant.
Well, what did you think it meant? That you were primed and ready? Like,
No, it was just, oh, I have to struggle because it sucks, because that's what life is.
oh, I see what you mean. I could see that.
Life is just.
So you
bloat and
didn't
pain.
put gut pains together with pooping?
No. I
And
didn't.
you
I
also
never
didn't
connected the
put
dots.
together the fact that when you did go poop, it was horrible agony?
Yeah, well, I knew that, but I didn't know how to
But you
fix
didn't.
it.
But by pooping more.
I didn't have anyone to ask, because, you
By
know,
pooping
if I
more.
were to ask people, then they would have fucking shamed me the hell
Look,
out of me.
I'll be honest. Like, dude, I've talked to people that are autists that like are like intelligent, capable, and so many things. But when it comes to their bodies, my other God, yeah, like it'll be like you know, their bladders just fucking not pissing, and they're like, oh, I'm in pain. It's like, have you tried peeing? And then they go pee, and they're like, oh, that did it. I'm like, okay.
Like, genuinely, like, you do not know, because
You just don't feel your
Like,
body very much, or you're not thinking about your
because
body.
but it's insane, because the reason why I didn't feel my body was
Yeah.
because of emotional trauma. Like, that's so fucked. Like, the very thing
You're just all
that makes
disassociated
you-
from your body. Oh fuck.
very thing that makes you not in connection with your body is also what prevents you of learning what it is.
Oh, I mean, that
Like,
would make
there's no-
sense. Like if an autist
There's
is
no
all
one I could talk to
traumatized,
about it.
if an autist is all
There was no one
traumatized
that
about
would've told me
sensory
anything.
shit or body shit that they deal with because it's like extra potent for them, yeah, I guess at some point their brain will be like, pain sucks. Stop feeling your body.
Like, there was no one in my family I could have
Yeah.
asked about this. There was, like, even going to the bathroom when there were people around me made me anxious. And I didn't like to do that unless I was alone. So it's just like, you know, all of these dominoes fall together, and it's just.
So once you
one
figure it
hell of
out,
a
you
storm.
just would make the choice every so often to be like, I must go attempt to make a poo poo.
Yeah, it's literally a conscious effort of, when's the last time I took a shit? I should do things that help me facilitate a bowel movement today, because it's been a while.
Eat your fiber, folks. Eat your fiber, drink
Like,
your water.
I need
It
to,
all
like,
comes down
go
to
for a
eat
little-
your fiber, drink your water.
Like, I need to chug some water and go for a light jog so I can
Yeah, that
take a
helps
shit.
too.
But it's like
Coffee
a
helps
conscious effort.
sometimes if you don't drink coffee. Got that? No, from let's see, a pro of isolation, protection from an abundance of environmental instability, being overly aware of public pathologies. Yeah, that's the pro.
So if you want to link back isolation, the pros of isolation is I'm I'm in safe environments to learn things that I should have learned when I was 6.
Eat your Wheaties. Got that now from blood pressure pills. I stopped them now. The dizziness and weariness are gone. The gut problems. You know what I found is like a lifesaver for those out there dealing with
like literal
concept-
candy lifesavers.
yeah, there's that, or like the ones on boats. But
Yeah.
But in any case, so when I was all fucked up and constipated, I was like, the hell? And so I tried a fucking a laxative, and that worked for a day. But then the constipation just came back, and I'm like, well, shit, the shit's not happening. And then after that, I tried like, this is gross, but I tried one of those like glycerin suppositories. After like
I have no idea
another
what that
4
is.
days, it's like, okay, it's like another way you can make yourself doo-doo. It's like a fucking it's like a little glycerin. It's made of glycerin. It's like a little tiny slippery thing. You just shove it up your butthole, and you just like pop it in there, and then within like 30-40 minutes, you're fucking pooping. Like it just it starts pooping. But I knew, this is a thing, by the way, people, important about laxatives. You can't be taking them often. Say you have a consistent problem with constipation, you can't just be taking a laxative every 3 or 4 days. Because eventually, like, your body doesn't know how to poop without them. And you have to, like, go to the hospital and get some help and retrain your body on, you know, how to poop. Because
It's like the very fact of training your body being unable to poop in the first place.
Yeah, yeah. And so then but you know what works? After okay, it's first day, 4 days no poop, laxative. Worked. Then again, after that, 4 days no poop. Then the glycerin suppository. It worked. Again, more days no poop. Right? And all I bought, at least this worked like a goddamn charm for me. All I bought was some it's like a pill. It's like fiber in a pill, and I because I do keto, so the keto products I occasionally eat, they have a ton of fiber in them. So regular dietary fiber I get, right, but it's soluble fiber, and that's not the one that's it's easy to get and stuff. There are some things that have it. So they're called Callum. It's such an old person thing to buy too. Because I think it's something that they mix into the Metamucil that old people drink. But if you just take the pills, you have to take like 4. You have to take 4 or 5 with a big glass of water. And you have to, if you take meds, another tip. If you take meds, like in the morning, whether it's for depression or for, ADHD or whatever else, don't take the husk fiber things along with that meds. You have to have a 2-hour window between when you take your meds, before or after you take your meds, to take these fiber pills, because it could fuck with your body's absorption of the medication. But yeah, it's I think it's just Callum husks. I like how everyone's tuning in. They're like, Angst, tell us how to poop.
Well, this is like such an important thing that you don't learn from anybody, and it's like a actual physical attribute to schizoid.
Psyllium,
Not specifically
psyllium,
schizoid, but it is
psyllium
a very
husks.
extremely common part
Here,
of schizoid.
psyllium husk capsules. You can buy them on Amazon. They're not expensive at all. I mean, they're not too pricey, but they work. My God, they work. Oh, you can't see my fucking phone. What am I doing? What a fucking idiot. It's all bright.
But yeah, for me, it's just literally train yourself to drink more water, and every so often remember to have like a bag of mixed vegetables or something.
There we go. Douse.
Like eat an apple, eat some lettuce.
Yeah, but if you have constipation issues, psyllium husks caps. Those are awesome. It's a natural soluble fiber. And
with all due respect for anyone that does have these issues, and you probably do if you're here, many of you do.
Okay, go ahead, Shadow.
Hold off on taking actual medication, because it could just be...
This isn't medication, you fucking idiot.
Okay, you said medication.
No, I said if you take... I said if you're gonna take this shit, it has to be 2 hours before or 2 hours after you take any kind of medication, if you're on medication. Okay. These are just supplements. It's just a natural soluble fiber. Basically, it's like the fiber that's in stuff like broccoli, and like a bunch of vegetables, but it's concentrated. It's not like the type of fiber you find like in Wheaties or anything, right? Right. And it fucking works, man. Like, and what's cool about it is you take it, and I'm not talking like, oh, it's just gonna make you fucking diarrhea or something like a laxative would, because that's what a laxative does, or a stool softener. Fucking disgusting. This thing just makes whatever poops you got just smooth out and just pop out, like just wholesale, popped out poops. And
that's great.
Oh yeah, they're just smooth, man. You know those poops you take when you're like, oh, that was an easy wiper. Like, just like a couple wipes, a little wiping, you're like, well, nice. Like, it's been doing that for me. I recommend. I don't know. It's supposed to be a daily something, but I don't think you have to take it every day. But I would say, yeah, every couple of days, just pop 5 of those suckers, man. It'll get you going. If you want to do it super naturally, then yeah, just eat a bunch of broccoli. Eat your broccoli. Eat your broccoli. Eat your greens and your broccoli. And that'll help you poop similar. Yep. But anyway, it's like you need a nice combination of stuff that binds poop and stuff that unbinds poop. If you combine that, then you get good poop. But if you just do all binding, that's when you get really constipated. Just eat a bunch of cheese and shit. Whew. Have fun. Anyway, okay, hey, this is what happens when people don't give me any submissions. You just start talking about poop. Okay, Schizoid, going to be living out my SUV here in a few weeks. Gonna have to hunt down bathrooms, but at least no roommates. All right, MUIQ. I'm sorry you're living in your SUV, but luckily there's a lot of public restrooms, especially if you live in the United States or Canada or somewhere in Britain or certain parts of Europe. I hope you don't live somewhere where there are no public restrooms. Otherwise, you're going to be shitting on the road a lot. Or into bags and throwing them into local trash cans. But I certainly hope that's not what happens. I hope you find yourself... I suggest... Here's a suggestion, though. If you're going to be living out of your SUV... UIQ, by the way, this is in the Twitch chat that somebody asked. If you're going to be living out of your SUV... if you have enough money, all you need money for is food, water, and one more very important thing. Wait, I live in Alaska. It should be 24-hour convenience stores, or I'll be in the woods and digging holes. Okay. Food, water, obviously, duh. Clean clothes. So, use whatever money you have to go to a laundromat. So, yeah, water, food, clean clothes. But one of the ones people forget, buy your own toilet paper. Trust me. Buy your own toilet paper. Get the softer stuff. Doesn't have to be the best stuff. Something that's at least like triple ply or something. Because if you start relying on the public restroom fucking toilet paper, your ass is gonna be fucking raw after a few days. That fucking single ply sandpaper and shit they have in there, you do not want that, my friend. So invest food, water, clean clothes, and toilet paper. And you could just wad up a bit, like about as much as you think you're gonna need, put it in your pocket, use the public restroom. You're gonna be thanking me for reminding you of that if you don't already do it. Because, man, raw. You'll be raw. That's the last thing you need. Alright. Especially once the summer comes, you don't want rashes. That's bad news bears, man. Magnesium is good too. Yeah, magnesium helps with that stuff. Didn't even think of it. Yeah, I know. A lot of people don't think of it. Anytime I hear anybody, like a Zoid or anybody that's like, oh, I'm going to have to live out of my car for a while. Or, I got a lot of 20-something-year-olds be like, oh, I got to live out of my car. I got kicked out of my parents for a while. Or I couldn't handle my family anymore, so I'd rather just live in the fucking car or in the streets or something. Or, well, hopefully not the streets, but even an SUV at least is big enough for a single person to kind of like lay down and go to sleep. I hope you can get out of that situation faster than later. But yeah, the toilet paper is what people forget all the fucking time. You don't want to add that problem to them. So you already got enough problems. And it's better than spending it on some fucking other dumb shit, right? Some other stupid... Like, don't be buying shitty snacks or fast food if you can, like if you're gonna live out of your SUV for a while, get yourself like a nice little hot plate type thing. You could even cook yourself some food or whatever. They even sell the kind that like use these little tanks that are not that expensive, and you can just like literally get a flame out of them. And yeah, plan on cooking for sure. Yeah, you can just use a little fucking hot plate thing. Make yourself some actual like healthy food, get some veggies in there, whatever you need. You don't have to like, that's another mistake a lot of people when they're fucking living out in the street. They end up spending like a bunch of their money eating fast food. And then they're fucking having digestive problems, shit in their pants, and fucking...
Oh God, if I have to eat fast food, it's a bad day.
Yeah, like if you're just eating that, man, you're gonna be fucked up.
Fast food is... Not always. I like eating fast food sometimes, but
yeah,
it's definitely...
Like, I eat fast food like at least once a week.
Like maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Eat some shit.
Hopefully once a month.
Pizza, fucking hamburgers, fucking eat some McDonald's on a Friday, whatever.
Yeah, like I really try not to eat fast food though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't eat it because it's just too expensive. Well, one, it's gotten incredibly expensive, so generally we just do. And we got kids, so it gets even more expensive. So we usually do fast food about like once a week or something, and it's usually on a Friday.
Really cheap if you have like a phone and you can use the apps. So the only time you go is when you use a coupon.
It can be cheaper, honestly. Even when you get it, you get it at about the same price as you would if you got it in person. Because
because I can get two double cheeseburgers for fucking $3.50,
including the fees to like. Oh wait, you're talking about like you pay for it on the app and then you pick it up yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that works. No, that's a good way to do
Yeah,
it.
it's great.
Yeah, it's really
But, like,
stupid.
I
Like, me and my
even-
wife, if we get, like, a McDonald's or something, because my little one wants a Happy Meal, my older one wants, like, a McFlurry, and I'm just gonna eat. I usually will just grab, like, I'll literally just get, like, you know those little McDoubles?
Yeah.
I'll get, like, 3 of them, and I'll just eat the meat. No bread. And, like, I'll just eat the meat, and I'll put, like, some salt and pepper on them, and, I have some, like, sugar-free... If I want to put some little sugar-free ketchup or a little bit of ranch barbecue sauce or something, I just eat those with a fucking fork. It tastes all right. It tastes like McDonald's, but it just,
It tastes better now. They like changed up the meat, so it tastes a lot better.
I mean, but it's just something you do once in a while, because that's like, there's a lot of problems that people that end up having to live out of their cars and shit. A lot of easy mistakes they make, and a lot of those mistakes are, get something to heat your own food up. Like, get a hot plate. They're not crazy expensive. Save up some cash. Eat meagerly for a while. Go to your fucking
Some like dry nuts
Walmart.
or
Yeah,
stuff.
Go to your Walmart. Buy yourself a little hot plate thing. I don't know what they're called. Little propane, little gas. You sell like little tanks. If it's just you can fucking heat shit up pretty well. And then make your own stuff, man. Go to the 99-cent store or whatever cheap store. Get some cheap veggies. Frozen veggies are cheaper. Get some frozen veggies. Throw some fucking peas, corn, whatever you need. Get some. Go to if you go to the grocery store, go to the section. Sometimes they have like soon to expire meat. So you might have to go to the store more often if you're living out of your car or whatever. But you can find like ground beef that's still good. It's still probably going to be good for like 2 or 3 days. And just buy a fucking pound of that. Get it really cheap. And then make yourself like a poor man's meal or something. Living on the street, making a poor man's. And then that way your gut biome will be good. Buy some like fucking, like a couple little yogurt cups. If you got somewhere like a cooler. I mean, if you need something to keep your shit cold, and I mean, if it's only for like a day or two, like for example, here's an idea. Like, you can make like a decent stock food, buy like a bag of ice, and get the rest put in some like little Tupperware type, even the cheap ones, and then put it in a fucking cooler with like a nice amount of ice in there, and it'll stay for like a little bit, so you can eat it the next day. Make enough like for a few meals or something. It'll still be cheaper than like buying food on the street or eating out. If you manage to get EBT or something during that time, even fucking better, because then you could just you could extend that shit significantly.
How often do you give advice that's not like mental?
I almost don't give any ever. Nobody asks me any questions about anything.
Because there's been a couple of people in the YouTube side of things that said this has been a really interesting conversation.
Yep, there you go. Khalil, good one. Membership. Yep, gym membership.
I feel like physical
Planet Fitness.
Advice would help from time to time. So maybe you can do a stream one of these days about that.
Sure, I mean, I'm doing it right now, sort of.
I've never been about
this is more about being homeless, or whatever.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, not a lot of people. I've seen a couple.
Look, I'm not going to proclaim. I've never
too.
been like long-term homeless, but I have been in situations where money is scarce, especially when I was like single and younger, and you have to just kind of you gotta make it work.
But
that's only because I had like 4 roommates and shit. So
something else to keep in your mind is that you giving schizoids this advice of this is how you can do it when you're alone.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Gives them that peace of mind, right? It's that way out. It's like, I don't feel chained to do this because I know this other way.
No, if you're gonna be fucking living out your car, there are ways to make it a lot easier on yourself.
No, I mean, like, for a bunch of people that don't end up at that point.
Yeah.
They won't
just
feel
knowing?
so suffocated.
Oh,
if
just
they
knowing?
know.
Well, what I'm scared of is that
out.
they're gonna be like, "What? I could just do that. I'm gonna go live out my car now. Fuck my family." Like, hopefully they're not doing that. I hope they're not doing that.
Happier.
No, but I don't want them abandoning their kids or something if they have
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Don't
Don't
do
abandon
that.
your fucking kids.
I'm gonna live on the streets. Be free. But
Don't do that. Like, don't impose that on anyone else but yourself, and don't do that if you're fucking leaving your family, as in leaving your fucking kids
no, yeah,
or
yeah,
any other
yeah,
dependents.
yeah. I'm talking about more like people that are in their like 20 something that they're like, fuck this, and they're like they go live out their car. There's like, you know, there's ways.
Yeah,
There's
I don't know. Just
ways to save
for
money,
me-
man. Coupon, whatever you fucking gotta do. Now apps have all kinds of stupid shit on them. Fucking anybody can have a fucking cell phone, dude. Like, I see so many homeless dudes with cell phones. Like,
Yeah, I've never been about van life. I'm financially stable, but just having these little tidbits of like, hey, this is what you can do. This is what, like, if shit really hits the fan, or something like really fucks up happens, or you just need to do this or something.
yeah,
It kind of makes me comfortable having this information.
yeah. So yeah, as far as Wi-Fi goes, that's easy, right? Starbucks, hospitals, clinics, they always have Wi-Fi. It's always free. A lot of time the password's like right on a fucking wall. And then you could literally stand outside one for a little bit, connect your phone up. If you want more long term, you can park near a fucking clinic or a hospital. Or clinics, usually clinics, not hospitals, but clinics will have internet a lot of the time. If you park, well, you can't park near an emergency room, but even like an emergency room, if there's a big parking lot, sometimes you can get some internet there too. Like if you're in your car or whatever, it won't be the best, but you can get enough to like, you know, to do shit you got to do. Even if you're fucking, like I said, living out your car, fucking get download the apps for like, you know, the local supermarkets, grocery store. They'll have fucking stupid ass discounts. Tally those up with some fucking
Even if you're not
expiring
homeless, do
food.
that anyway.
You're good. Angst, can I suggest a
use those
YouTube
apps
channel that you might
constantly.
find interesting? It relates to this discussion. Are you on the? If you're on the Discord or the Zoid Voice, DM me. If you just put it right here, dude, I'm not gonna fucking remember. I mean, you could just tell me what it's called, and hopefully I'll remember. But if you link me here, ain't no way I'll remember. I'll be honest. Unless it has a particularly good name or something. And it's not that I'm like really invested in this type of discussion. It's just I think it's interesting right now. Do I need to have filled out the form? No, not to DM me. No, you just find me if you're already on the thing, you just find my fucking name. Like if you're on the server, even if you should see me somewhere at the top there. I always leave it active, and just DM me whatever if you want me to check it out.
Maybe people didn't give you a lot of answers for this question because they don't have opportunities to be like actually isolated.
There we go. Good enough wants the link too. So, yeah, it's weird though, Shadow. It's just that like I have like a weird thing where I think about like situations or conditions that a person can live in, and then I'll just daydream sometimes about like, oh, what would be the most efficient, well-to-do thing to deal with that thing in particular, even though I'm probably likely to not be in that situation. How would you manage it or survive it or deal with it psychologically or otherwise? That's fun. It's just a fun thing that I do in my head.
That's also a very common like male thing that I've heard of, and I do it myself, of if you're bored, it's like, if a problem arises, how do I solve the problem?
Dude, I grew up doing the whole like,
yeah.
What if there was
like,
a,
what happens if a bear just walks into my house?
What happens
How
if
would I
there's an
fight
armed
it?
gunman that comes into the bank while I'm in it?
Literally, like the same exact thoughts. I think
all
that's
the
just
time, man.
very common with men. I hear.
Yeah, I mean, there probably is, but my shit gets a little bananas. Like, it goes into like weird territories. Like, I thought about like, what if somebody, like drugged my food, and I had to tell people, and I'm choking, but I have to make it clear that I think I was drugged. How can I tell them as quickly as possible if I'm like gasping on the floor?
Like finger hand sign to like.
No, like one time I was thinking. I remember one time I was like sitting there. I was like 20 something. I was sitting there like having like fries and ketchup. And I'm like, oh man, what if like I start choking, or something really bad was in the food, and or somebody did something to me, like how could I signify to people? I'm like, oh yeah, like I could use the ketchup. You know, I could write it with ketchup on the table or something. Then I have a pen or pencil.
I can write it with ketchup while I'm fucking dying.
Yeah, just just write like poison. Ugh. And then maybe they could save you because they'll like, or something like that. Imagine you write poison, but you're just choking on a piece of fry, and then just like you die. They're like, this man's been poisoned. he just no one does the Heimlich maneuver on you because you wrote poison on the fucking table. That's funny, man. That's just hilarious. Writing fucking poisoned on the table and dying. Oh my god. Hold on. Yeah, like your paranoid ass thinks it's something a lot worse than it is. All you're doing is choking. Hold on, let me, I'm just trying to check something really quick here. Why is it doing that? Sorry, my thing's just being fucking stupid. Alright. So, alright, I think I hit my limit here. We got 8:30. Talked about some cool stuff. How many people are here? Like, fucking, oh shit, there's like 21 people here watching. Anyway, I got the DM. I'll check it out later. Thank you. Yeah. Just, here, hey, Jacob, do you mind putting it in the chat for good enough? Because they wanted to see it too. Just drop it in there for him. Thanks.
I think about this often.
Hold on. I'm mostly worried about being able to hold a job to get a cheap cabin before winter. Haven't been able to hold. Oh yeah, you live in fucking Alaska. You'll die. You'll die like a motherfucker. Do what you need to, man. For sure. Go ahead.
When it comes to isolation, there was a period of like a year and a half, 2 years, I think almost, where I worked night shift. And I was still living with my family at the time, and then a little bit I was alone afterwards. But that was easily the happiest time of my life. And I don't really know how to like emulate that again, because I don't feel like it's particularly like well for my health. But I don't know, because like the thing that made it so fine for me was driving back home at like 1:30 in the morning was great. I fucking loved it. There was no one on the roads. The idea that there's no one around me made me comfortable. And there was no sun to like have this all light information. Like I'm getting into like autistic sensory perception here.
Yeah.
There were just less things I needed to perceive around me. And that like made me very, very comfortable. Going to the store was a lot easier. And I was like just more sociable because I was being less frustrated. But in a sense, like I was also gated of, I can't go to like a fast food place if I don't wake up before I go to work. Right? Like if I'm not like awake and out and about during the daytime when everybody else is, then 95% of fast food places are down. A bunch of other places are down. And I have to wake up earlier to be able to do those sorts of things. And I like not being able to interact with my family because, I can't because I'm working then when you're off. So it's like, it's a time conflict. But that would probably be a problem for other people. But it was easily the happiest time of my life.
Well, I hope you find more of those. And, Rolando Ratas. Evening. Sorry, Rolando. You're here a little bit too late. But they said, I agree with him. Walking around late at night with no one about makes me comfortable. Note, I live in a quiet village, which is busy during the day. I think that because they said I like in it, but I think they live. All right, well, goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, Rolando Ratas. I like that name. And Rolando Reyes. And by the way, guys, if you like the stream, please sub, please like, smash that. No, I'm not going to do that. Please do all that stupid shit. And please, good rolling R. Well, I am Latino, after all. Not to brag. But in any case, thanks a lot for listening. Please support me on Patreon. Please support me on PayPal. If you like the server, if you like the streams, if you like the YouTube channel, if you like any of that shit, or you just like spending money and feeling good about yourself because you have more money than me and you want to give me some and rub it in my face and call me names, that's fine too. In any case, I appreciate any donations coming my way if you got anything fun out of the stream or out of the server. If you haven't joined the server and you're schizoid or believe that that's the situation for a long time now, go ahead and join the server. It's the Zoid Void. You can find it on Discord. There's a link below that should be accessible there. I'm Spanish-British, so it's obvious. Roland Rat was a puppet in a kids' TV show, and then okay. I know, but I like to say it. Rolando! Sounds cooler. Oh, because you just said it. Oh, duh, it's Roland Rat. Rolando. Okay, it's fucking idiot. Anyway, yeah, I know who Roland Rat is. I've seen like I think I saw a video essay or some shit on. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. And as usual, when day is dark, always remember. Oh wait, that reminds me. There's like a bunch of you. So remember Thursdays, head empty Thursdays. I just sit and then people come and then they talk about whatever they want. Tuesdays I have a topic. Saturdays it's usually submissions that I get from people and then we talk. All right, that's it. As usual, when day is dark, always remember happy day.